Hello and welcome back, my friends, to another exciting day in Empires and Puzzles. And, of course, they decided to drop a new surprise on us. This time around, they are offering a Gem Challenge Summon for 30 pulls, mind you. Now, 30 pulls is a lot. We can all admit that that is a lot of pulls to do at one time. However, the pool of heroes that they are offering this time around is probably the best that we've seen yet. It will be a combination of Beowulf heroes and Moth heroes that will be available, and you will, of course, if you participate and do all 30 of the polls, be able to get one of these guys at random. Now, the question becomes, is this a worthwhile event to participate in? Well, I did just mention that I think this is probably the very best poll offerings that they've given yet. So with that in mind, I do think if you're willing to spend 30, this has been the best value they've been willing to offer. Now, whether that's worth it to you really just depends on your own budget or spending levels. There are plenty of players who are completely free to play, and there's nothing wrong with that, in which case you are probably looking at 30 pulls like that's an impossible mountain to climb. Then there are other players who do 30 pulls like every portal, and to them, this is a no-brainer. They get a chance for a 5-star when they were probably just going to do 30 pulls anyways. So just keep that in mind. There is no right or wrong answer to this, but I do think there is some value in it. So let's do a quick rundown of what we have. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I will talk about whether I think they are pros or cons. First of all, we'll start right off with the Beowulf heroes, and this healer is an absolute monster. I think a lot of us know that, but what makes her specifically good is she is going to she safely dispels effect buffs from all enemies, which is pretty cool. Then she does a pretty reasonable boosted health heal of 1300, and the source of ailments is really where it's at for her. This is where she is going to be picking one target on the opposing team and giving them negative 80% mana generation for 3 turns at the beginning of each turn. So, that's absolutely bonkers. Negative 80% mana generation's out of control. This hero is very annoying to go against. All right, next up we've got Mortar. Sure. This lady's okay. The most important thing to remember about her is that she does do a nice counterattack for 3, and the caster and nearby allies decrease the mana of the attacker on them by 10%. So this could be very helpful to slow down your opponent's mana generation gain, so she can be very useful in that department as well. Then we, of course, have Wealthrow, the yellow healer. She heals all of the players on your team up to at least 50% health, and then she'll have them all regenerate 1320 boosted health over 3 turns. So this character is really cool because she will regenerate them to 50% health automatically. So even if there's heal reduction out on your team currently, that heal reduction will not stop her from putting the heal or all the characters at 50% health. This can be a wonderful way to get around some of that. She also does the source of buffs, which will increase mana generation for the players on your side. So a pretty good character there as well. Beowulf is an absolute monster. He's probably great in every single aspect of this game. So if you get Beowulf, he's just a win. And Grendel's pretty good too, but I'd say he's probably the weakest of the top tier there, but still a fun, fast elemental defense down. You can make some really good green teams with him. Okay, so moving on to the lower row, the top winner here, of course, is Gardered. She is a monster, and I think if you pull her, you're super happy about it. Aura Arc is single target damage, steals mega minions and minions. Pretty cool stuff. All of these guys will have Moth Dust too, so don't forget about that. Limbrori, okay, very interesting character, but operating it very slow. I don't know, like it's okay, but also not amazing. I would say you'd probably mostly use her for rush if you do get her, but she can be quite aggravating when she's used correctly. Then we have Satin Pimenter. This character, important thing to remember about her, she is a priority dispeller, as well as doing damage and putting toxin damage out over 4 turns, which is stronger against minions and mega minions. Pretty cool stuff. And also heals herself to help keep her survivability up there. So I am a fan of Satin Pimenter for that reason. And last but not least, Grovert is one of the very first Moths released, but still a monster in the fact that he is a very fast Mega Fiend maker. Well, I say very fast. His first is fast, but then he gives himself 20% mana each time he casts, which pushes him into a very fast range after that. So just really useful to have this guy around, and all of his Mega Fiend targets will get negative 50% mana generation as long as they have the Mega Fiend, which also can be very helpful and strategic if used correctly. So he's a win as well. So as you can see, I went over there wasn't really a lot of negative things to say. Maybe I'd say of the Moths, Limbrori might be the least exciting to grab. And she would be great in Rush, but in other formats, very slow. It's just a little bit too slow. Like I said, Grendel at the top, maybe not the greatest of the Beowulfs, but still a very strong hero. So just keep that in mind. Is this a good pull? to do? Probably, but do you want to spend all of the gems? So speaking of gems, let's do a quick rundown of what is available here. We do have the new Bazaar portal. This Bazaar portal is going to be your cheapest option out there at 2,400 gems for 10. If you did 3 of these, you could theoretically pull off getting one of these guaranteed heroes for, what is that, 7,200 gems. So, you know, that's not a bad way to go, but I just don't think this is as exciting as the other portals because the featured mimics are pretty much the only thing you'd be excited about pulling out of here. The rest of the stuff will be trainer heroes and some old Magic Tower heroes, but sadly none of them will have costumes, so just keep that in mind. But cheapest option out there. Next up, we've got our Covenant Portal. Covenant Portal is featuring some really good heroes this time around. I'm not going to lie, this is a very exciting portal to pull from, but it is also the most expensive option. 30 pulls out of here is going to cost you 9,400 gems. Okay, then we also have Three Kingdoms. Three Kingdoms is up right now. This new hero is not exactly the most exciting hero out there. This guy was pretty good, and this yellow monk is still really solid as well for damage done, and hitting all is very helpful for the Three Kingdoms due to their max health reduction on their hits and crits. If you're considering this portal and you want to get 30 of them, it would cost you 8,400 gems as a buy-in. So a little bit cheaper, 1,000 gem savings over Covenant, but I just don't think the featured are as cool here. And last but not least, Dunes came in today, so Dunes is an option as well. This is going to be the same cost as Three Kingdoms at 8,400 gems, but Dunes is featuring 3 healers this time around and 3 massively good healers. So if you are hunting for a healer, I think Dunes might be the clear portal for you to choose from here. All of these will be fantastic to max out and use in wars, etc. So you can't really complain about that. That being said, what portal is right for you? I can't speak to that yet. I also cannot speak to the fact that of whether or not I will be doing this. I am very much on the fence because, as you can see, I am only at 8,000 gems currently. For me to buy into this, I am going to have to buy some gems today, and I'm just debating whether it's really worth it for me to do that. Do I really need it? No. Do I like the idea of a guaranteed 5-star hero? Absolutely. So I will debate that today, and you all should do the same. Like I said, there is no right or wrong answer to this. It's just about what feels right for you. Think about what you're currently leveling. Do you even have the time to level new things? Is it something that would be beneficial for you, etc.? Weigh all of that in before making your decision. But I wish you the best of luck on your pulls if you do participate. And the good news is I don't think you walk away with any hero that's unusable from this Gem Challenge summon. And that is not something I can say about most of the offerings they've given there. So if you like what I do, guys, remember, you can always hit that little button bottom right, and that will help you find me quicker in the future. Bye for now. We'll see you next time.